like.
I mean, generally, you're not a man of taste.
I had to watch all of the movies.
Oh,
Am I gonna say to this clerk at Smith's?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just want these to like that.
Yeah, I got a Celine. I should have worn my Celine Dion shirt.
You got all this.
I got a Celine Dion shirt.
Welcome to the Broken Spoken Podcats. We got some tired cats today.
Yeah.
We're gonna make the most of it, though.
Yeah.
What have you been up to, Jake? Like, I know what me and Mitchell were doing.
Yeah, you guys went out to Bendover.
Yeah.
It's just been coffee and video games, like, since my Friday night started.
What are you playing?
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of... Nerd! I'm kind of off the streaming constantly thing that I was doing, so now I'm Netflix binging on the side, so that's been fun. I've had some serious Netflix time this weekend.
Yeah, get into anything good?
Yeah, oh yeah. I really, I'd say for this weekend, last weekend Coach Snoop took the boat, which I want to talk about a little bit, but then this weekend I would say that... what is it? Comedians in cars getting coffee.
I watched a little bit of that.
I couldn't get into that. I didn't fucking like it.
Very funny, but I like to see the cars on it though.
See, and I really like it because it's so casual.
What's the deal with the cars?
Doing oh my god, Fallon was on there. Doing like the exact same pitch, how he can like do Seinfeld's voice.
Yeah.
And then they reference that SNL skit they did. I don't know. It's just casual. That's my kind of reality TV, is where I get to see these people that aren't doing a 1 hour stand-up piece, and it's them just like talking to each other.
Yeah.
And they're high profile people, so you're like, this is just interesting.
I just kind of found
like,
it.
Chris Rock wasn't like, yeah, nah, like energy, right? He's just sitting there talking about kids and stuff. It's nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I couldn't get into it. I only watched the Jim Carrey one and the first part of the Jimmy Fallon one.
Dude, Jim Carrey, when it shows his art, holy shit.
Yeah, I saw a thing online about that. They made a big deal out of his art.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it. That studio I was like, wow, this is good art.
He's a talented motherfucker.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand fucking hanging out with that dude, though. Because, like, just watching that
like
show.
A weird duck.
Like, well, yeah, I mean, I guess he gotta be to come up with some of the shit he does, but is like, fuck, the guy would drive me insane. Fucking around in the cafe and stuff. Like, that little shit drives me nuts. But,
like how he was doing the water drip thing?
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I thought that was fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
That reminded me of when I used to just go around on a skateboard with my friends in high school and middle school, go to the, like the burger joint and the diners and stuff, and that's how we acted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I did too when I was a kid.
So it's nice to see people in their 50s and 60s doing it.
Is he in his fucking 50s?
I'm sure.
Carrie is, and then Seinfeld's, I think, 63.
No shit.
Yeah. He's aging great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is. Well, cool.
Yeah, that was the biggest one, though, is that. And World of Warcraft. I'm taking a different approach this time, doing one character to level, or multiple characters to level 20.
Yeah.
And then I'm like going to do multiple to 40, and then just kind of keep going through. Keep me from being bird bored. Oh, you have it in the wrong setting.
Do I?
Yeah.
Put it on the right one. We're leaving this in, by the way. That's going to snap louder and shit in that mic, I bet.
That's okay. Yeah, you had it. Well, that's going to... I don't know how that's going to sound. Pretty good, probably?
That'll sound fucking fine. It's going to sound awesome.
So it was like this.
Yeah. Well, it's good now. Good job, Jake. Yeah, as far as video games, I've been playing the same shit. I played Battlefront.
And I've been getting into it because of you. Now I want to get a PS4 and Battlefront.
Yeah. Oh, it's strong enough that you're
getting
like...
there. Yeah, that game's fucking fun. The graphics are just nuts.
Yeah.
It's a good time to get into it. I mean, the prices are good right now for... Like, PS3s went down $100, so...
Hell yeah. Well, they don't have that for PS3, do they?
Or PS4, sorry.
Yeah.
They were $400, now they're $300.
I do love the PS4.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just coming from the PS3,
it's a whole package.
It's so fucking user-friendly. Everything about it's cool. The sharing shit, like, all that. Like, I saw you like that thing on Facebook, I posted a deal yesterday, I think. That when I won first place, you can just share, boom, right there, and it shows your deal. I think that kind of shit's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely just something that we take for granted now. Like, it came out and it was so glanced over because we're just like, well, of course you can share. You have to share.
Oh,
right.
That's for me, that's
nobody
my biggest
even talked about it.
Is I was like, the graphics on the games are cool, but I expect that. What I didn't expect from the PS4 was how fucking user friendly like their general menu shit is.
The menu's great.
Like, being able to go from a game to Netflix like fucking super fast, or like if you're in Netflix and want to go to your main menu to check something out, you hit a button and you're back to the show you're watching. I love that shit. But
I don't know if I've already gasmed about this on the show, but I've been thinking about Kid Me a lot and what Kid Me would have wanted now.
I don't know what that is. Kid Me. Okay,
Kid Me.
fuck.
Sorry, no, child version
my
of Jake.
brain isn't working
So past little Jake, 5
like, who the
to
fuck
10.
is Kid Me?
Kid Me.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, it's like when... I gotta think about what it was, but Carissa dropped something like that was hilarious because I had no idea what she was saying, and she kept repeating herself, but
yeah.
I'll have to remember it. But anyways, I've been just really appreciating living in the future right now.
No shit.
Because I went through a little lull because my biggest stress was getting Carissa out of the job that she was in. Now that she switched that, I'm like, damn, I'm like content right now. This shit's
nice.
Weird. So I was just really thinking about, just being comfortable and enjoying that kind of.
Don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
I just had a talk with myself today right before everybody came over. I'm like, fuck, I'm a dick sometimes for no reason. And I forget how fucking good I have it, Just
yeah.
Like, appreciate it.
Because it was I'll just be transparent because people have agreements with their significant others. Me and my wife had an agreement, and it just kind of made me check myself because I started, all your worst colors come out, you get all pissed off and you yell and whatever, however you cope, you go silent, you duck away, whatever it is. But then you kick your own ass after something like that because you're like, well, if what I wanted was to feel good, then what did I do to get us back to feeling good?
Right.
Or did I just add shit to the pile? So I sat there and meditated for about 30 minutes, and I just looked around the room that I was in.
I can only meditate for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, meditate. Okay. Masturbate.
Yeah, train. 50 times.
50 times up. 50 times down.
But no, it was probably the most interesting thing that happened to me since the last show was that I just zoned in on tiny things. I looked at my TV, and then I looked at picture frames and just all these little things that I've collected and that Carissa's placed and organized and whatever. And I'm like, Kid Me would have wanted to, have a comfy home like this. Couldn't have imagined having the internet I have, the media access that I have, because I loved media as a kid. The social sphere totally opened up. You can talk in any way that you want to, even video chat. Like, we're in the future, and it's crazy. So I've been really just thinking about that and being comfortable. Like, I don't feel like I have to be productive right now. I'm just enjoying this shit around me.
That's my life in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I just fucking, it wasn't an argument, but I came off like an asshole when I was talking to my wife, because Christine, she is a go-getter. Like, she is always doing shit. All the time. I mean, she just drove from Wendover too, and she's at lunch right now with her mom. You know what I mean? Like, she does stuff all the time. And I am the exact opposite in that way. And almost every other way, me and Christine are fucking extremely alike. But I love doing nothing. And I'm like, that is a big thing that, for me, like, in my head, that it's important for me to do nothing.
Yeah.
It's not just about...
Do you mean doing nothing or having nothing to do?
Both. Those are two different things, and for me, is doing nothing. It, to me, is a freedom that most people don't have.
Yeah,
that they don't get.
It's true.
I actually, not only do I have really nothing to do except maybe busy work like cleaning or something like that, which I obviously am not obsessed with, but I love being able. It's the biggest thing for me as an adult to be able to do, and that might sound stupid for a lot of people, especially that didn't grow up on a farm or something like that. That's the one thing I never had any fucking alone time growing up, and I love it now. I mean, until I met my friends, the Woolseys or something. Like, I was always just running around doing what the fuck ever my dad wanted to do.
It's one of the more interesting parts of growing up that I think isn't really ever discussed by anybody, is that once you have say that you have a set of goals that are big goals and you reach each one before you're on to the next round of whatever your productive cycle is going to be, that calm, you know, before you start really ticking your brain again and stuff, is so great. Like I go to Carissa, she's been obsessed with Zelda, so she's hogging the Switch and watching Netflix on the TV, and I'm on the computer with the two screens, and I'll just be like, hey, so was there anything that you wanted to do? Or like, I don't feel, I'm not like letting you down as a husband, am I? By just like fucking sitting there all day. And
I gotta get better at that.
And she says no, because this is what I wanted to do also, was to just kind of veg out and just enjoy our home. And I'm like, cool. So, and this has been weeks, you know, that I'm like, damn, like, there really is no pressing matters right now. We're moving in a couple of months, but right now I'm just enjoying the comfort. It's so nice.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. That's something I could definitely get better at, is checking in and not just being so self-absorbed with my comfort fucking obsession.
Yeah.
You know, I just love being comfy and lazy and...
I mean, you work hard to get that, though. Like, you can't be comfortable if you're stressed.
Yeah.
You know, because even if you don't have, like, because for what you said, what my biggest joy is, I don't have things to do. Like, if there's nothing pressing, like, I don't have to track down bills or hop online to manage our finances.
Yeah.
Or, you know, all these, like, little things.
That's where I'm bad, though. To be completely honest, is where I'm a dick, is that I, a lot of times, don't consider what's important to the other people in my house.
Okay.
as like, you know, is I'm like, well, I don't have anything to do while Christine's running around doing dishes and everything else while she's in school and working her ass off and stuff like that. I'm bad about that. I'm fucking super bad about that.
I don't know if this analogy applies, but I had a thing that made me think of that with dishes, because that's my thing, is like cleanliness. I like organized spaces, and so in a shared space I was like hung up about dishes, and just because like my roommate would leave his on the stove or just some like stupid thing like that, and there is the question of like, is he gonna do the whole sink at any time, or you know, these like little questions. And then I had to like really focus and think, it's like, is anything wrong? No. Is this just my preference? Yeah. If I prefer it to be done, should I just get it done? Yeah. Rather than like hold other people accountable for my preferences, because maybe they don't mind setting it off for a day or two, you know?
Exactly.
So little things like that I've gotten pretty comfortable with too, to where like even at home stresses, I'm like comfortable with a little bit of a mess, because it just means that we're relaxing. Yeah. Things like that. So... And Carissa, no, I've told her, I'm like, I do chores before you because I feel like they need to be done before you do. Or, you know, and she does the same thing in different ways. Yeah. So, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. That's what that made me think of when you said that. It's like, kind of just getting just the stress out. It's just great.
That's cool. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to move on while it's still fresh in our minds.
Let's talk about some...
So, to the Windovers, Mitch Morgan...
Right here.
One of the Podcats
is now older.
Is 1 year older.
I just celebrated my 20th birthday. So what better way than to go to Wendover?
Right.
And I'm glad Corey and Christine tagged along. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What was your favorite machine?
The fishing one. The fishing... did we ever talk about that on this? But for some reason I think we did. There's a slot machine there that has like an interactive fishing game. And I didn't want to do it for a while because I'm weird, because like some of the lights were out on some of them. And I'm like, well, what if that one doesn't fucking work right? Like if you go to reel in a fish, that reel doesn't work. Which it has nothing to
It does nothing anyways. It's all auto.
But I really like the fishing one. Mitch, I think, actually convinced me to try it out last night. And
I'm glad you did.
I'm glad I did.
Fucking spin.
First spin, I won $125.
Hell yeah!
I mean that I didn't. It never came home with me. but still, it was one that ended up being really fun because it was more interactive.
Yeah.
What was your favorite one?
Ooh, I always have my favorites when I go there.
Yeah.
But I really like the Game of Thrones one.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
The first time I played it, it was so many graphics.
Can you describe it to me?
It's a slot machine.
Tell me about some of the graphics.
Oh,
it was like
very
you're watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like it had all these like cinematics and
actual like audio cuts and stuff that you hear Tyrion say something.
You kept on playing episode 1 so that you could, see Dany's butt. You're like, oh, look, I just restarted the season. You got to jump machines to start over.
Just like the graphics on that one, that was a really fun game to play.
It was.
I always stick with penny slots.
Yeah.
That's confusing to me that I learned now, because this is my first time ever going to Wendover. I had gone to casinos and stuff when I was younger, but I was never old enough to gamble, so I didn't know anything about it. But penny slots in my head was everything's 1 penny, and it's not at all. That there are some slot machines that you can make the minimum bet 1, but there are few of them. Most of them is like this is a penny slot, but it's 50 cents a go. So I don't understand.
So it's a penny a line,
right? That's what it is.
Some of them have 80 lines, so that's 80 cents a play.
Yeah. And that started making more sense to me, because I was like, what the fuck are they calling them penny slots?
Everyone bags on penny slots, but I won $300-$400 on penny slots.
Yeah, it's a
you just get those free games going, and
hell yeah.
Fuck, man.
I think that's what my mom got her. Like, I don't know why I always remember the time that she won like a couple of fews of thousands of dollars off of like nickel slots or something.
Yeah,
it was like same thing.
I believe it. I mean, there's people in there winning. I mean, shit, I would have came home with more money if I would have stopped.
Yeah.
And I think right around 2 o'clock, I should have said, hey, it's 2 o'clock, go to bed. And then I would have had more money than I came with.
Nothing good happens after 2 a.m., right?
I don't know. But definitely there's, if people aren't familiar with Wendover, it shares a border with Nevada and Utah.
Right.
And I've driven past it when going to visit my in-laws. And
doesn't take long, does it? It's just like
it's right down the road. I mean, I could totally understand going to the liquor store on a Sunday if you wanted a bottle of booze in Utah when they don't sell it.
Yeah,
because and but anyway, if you ask most people, they'll be honest with you, and it was dead on description. What everybody said about that.
It's nothing too
It's
exciting,
a tiny town. There's nothing really exciting, and it's kind of a shithole.
Yeah.
But it's definitely designed for going and spending some money. And
it's a marked destination for like my entire family and most anybody. They're like, yeah, saving up change, going to Wendover is just.
It's a common thing around here, which I don't blame people. You can't do any adult type stuff like that in Utah.
Yeah, it's closer than Mesquite or Vegas.
Yeah, and it's.
I prefer it too.
It's not. Vegas. It's relatively cheap if you're. Well, it's more than relatively cheap. It's very affordable.
Well, I know they pimp out hotels and everything too. If you're regulars, like they definitely get that membership ideal going.
Fucking A. But it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. It's
how's it feel to be so fucking wise now, and just packed full of knowledge and
wise?
Yeah, just experience. You're so much. You just look like you got more figured out. You know?
Like shit.
Yeah.
I feel like shit.
You look like I feel. I'm fucking exhausted. But
it's been a great birthday though. It's probably one of my best ones so far. So
good.
So yeah, fun shit.
My birthday passed before I even knew it because I did about what I was doing before I came here that day. I just sat at my computer for the day.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. Nice. That's not bad though.
Blinked and it was over. It was nice
to
just.
I haven't had a party for my birthday on purpose for years. It's because it's not what I want to do on my birthday. I like going fishing. My birthday's in August, so I like, it's a prime time to go hunting or fishing or something and spend some time with myself and, be thankful that I'm alive for another year and see what I can fuck up.
Yeah. Nice.
But, yeah.
Should we do our media roundup?
Sure.
What y'all been consuming for 2 weeks?
Battlefront, fucking almost exclusively.
Yeah.
I restarted Archer, though. I forgot how much I love that show.
Are those like 15 minutes long, or are they full 20-something?
They're 20-something, I believe. They're so fucking well written. I love those. They're just ridiculous. But a new thing in my life is a comedy writing app called Pitch,
which we're all happy that you
I've been sharing with you guys some of those, and it's fucking so fun.
So for those that don't know, what is Pitch?
Pitch is just that. It's Funny or Die is a comedy writing team. They are production company. I'm not exactly sure what the fuck they are, but they're guys
Franchise.
out there. That I believe that they made Drunk History and
Between Two Ferns or whatever it's called.
That could be too. Yeah,
that's funny. You're done.
And I believe IFC's also partner with Pitch on there and stuff like that. So basically, it's a comedy writing app where they use it as a pool of people that enjoy writing jokes and stuff like that, to where these companies can go through and pick them, and they'll have featured topics where you got to come up with a topic. Like one that I had was products specifically designed to be sold at the dollar store. And I'll tell it, but I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but one of the pitches, one top pitch was one Mitch gave me.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there talking to him about it and rattling some off, and Mitch said, battery singles. and so basically you get stars. You got to go in and vote for your favorite ones. And then whoever has the most stars gets the top pitch.
Yeah.
And on certain ones, the top pitch gets paid a $10 bill or something like that. And then you get that just means that your joke was bought.
Yeah.
And it's really fun for me. I enjoy it. I'm always cracking wise.
There's some high level jokes on there. That is some serious wit that goes into the ones that you've shared.
Perfect app for you.
It is a good app. I'm not going to share any more of them because most of the ones I was working on today, they're still open and stuff. But it's so fucking fun.
Is it?
These people are really funny.
What that app makes me think of is what I want from my phone, which is not a video playing, but an app that I'm addicted to.
Yeah.
I have nothing like that. I don't really care for the social feeds much. I'll pop open Instagram because it's so easy.
Yeah.
And just flip through that pretty quickly. But I've been on a game hunt on my phone. I'm there's got to be something I want to play. Yeah. It's been a week. And I haven't found anything. I grabbed the Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, and it's extremely well made, so that's been fun. But that's more of a intense game, takes up your brain. And so something that's like a joke app or anything like that would just be nice to have a little addiction.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That'd be cool.
I'm constantly looking at it. If you guys can't tell,
yeah.
I'm at work all the time. It's not even really trying to not to be conspicuous about it. I'm just constantly looking at my fucking phone. I love doing it. I love trying to come up with ideas because some of them, it's a lot harder than you'd think to come up with jokes on the spot about shit you weren't thinking about.
Oh, when you were telling them to me, I was like, okay, yeah, let's see if I got one for that. Nope. I couldn't think of shit on the spot.
Well, that's the difference between real comedy writers and not real comedy writers.
Others.
Other folk.
I did go through a little comedy binge. I watched, I think it's called Comedians with Jerry Seinfeld. Had a little bit of a Seinfeld kick for a day. I watched half of it, and that other guy that's in the movie, Orny, I didn't like half the movie because I didn't like him. Watching him, I was I don't dig this. I could be getting the name wrong, but there's only a few Seinfeld things on there, so on Netflix. But I watched that, and like I said, Comedians, getting coffee, car driving stuff. That was a pretty fun show. And then I rewatched Jim Gaffigan, Cinco, and God, he's got this kind of family friendly approach, and then all of a sudden he just drops these doozies on you that are funny as hell. So. Yeah, I was doing the stifled chuckle in bed routine where I had to get up out of bed and return myself to the couch because I couldn't compose myself sleeping next to because Carissa was asleep and I didn't want to wake her up. So yeah, that was fun. And Coach Snoop. Yeah. Man, that's comedy and drama and surprises.
Like a dramedy.
Because at the beginning is Snoop Dogg blowing fat smoke from his blunts, and he's got his tray of marijuana in his studio, and he's just being Snoop Dogg, and then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, it started this youth league 13 years ago, and it gets into these kids' lives, and it's a football league. Yeah. And he's the coach, and
that's nuts.
It's insane.
Are these normal kids? I mean, you know what
They're
I mean by
at-risk kids.
They're at-risk kids, so even more normal. Right. So what I'm saying is I assumed that maybe they would be private school kids that Snoop's kids
I think he pays for
friends with
everything.
and shit, and so that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Which when the guy couldn't get cooler. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That motherfucker had a show with Martha Stewart. You guys ever see that?
Where it is
I
a
saw it
cooking
once.
show?
Yeah. I saw it once. I'm like, this is insane. This is fucking crazy. But it was entertaining.
Dude, and it was fun to watch that show because one, you get to hear Snoop, just cussing at high school kids, like 9th grade kids. It's just like, get your fucking ass over, and fuck this and fuck that, and the assistant coach is terrible, man. He was like screaming, just only swearing, and I loved it. It happens in the first.
Is the assistant coach Dre?
I think he's another rapper. I forgot his name, but he's another rapper. But it's at the beginning of the first episode. It was my favorite part, so it's not that big of a spoiler because it's so early on.
Yeah,
but there's this big kid, Max, and his mom's there saying, I don't like how they say fuck you to a 13-year-old and whatever, and, it's about this, and he's just like, yeah, I don't even think about that. I don't got time for that drama.
Drama? Fucking kid's mom. I ain't got time for that drama. Okay with that bitch.
And it was funny.
Trick ass how?
Dude, there was parts like it pulled tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
Too. I was laughing at the first episode, and then near the end of the short spur of the season, I was like, oh my god,
yeah,
these kids are breaking my heart.
Yeah,
because there's some crazy shit. Just,
that's cool.
L.A.
That's a good
it's
element.
That far over.
I mean, it's a good premise.
Yeah. So that was a good show.
You've been watching anything new?
Anything new? I'm kind of busy the past 2 weeks, but I did went and saw Insidious.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was good. Not one of the best of the series.
What's it called? The final chapter or some shit? The Insidiousing?
Final chapter?
Yeah, some shit like that.
Or did they just do Insidious and spell it with a number somewhere in there?
I think it was the fourth one.
Was it? I know I haven't seen them all. I liked the first one.
I like this series though, so definitely going to be another one. But
was the chick from Kingpin in it?
Who's that?
You guys seen the movie Kingpin?
I've
right?
never seen Kingpin.
You haven't?
No.
It's a bowling movie. You're a bowlist. I thought you.
Hey, I milked your cow for you.
We don't have a cow. It's a bull.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you should watch it. It's pretty funny.
But yes,
it's really gross. You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Do you know? Are you familiar with the Insidious movies?
Not
The
really.
older lady?
Not from the top of my head.
Fuck it.
I don't watch a lot of horror movies.
Yeah.
horror movies.
Besides Schindler's List.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna let that die. Anything else?
Just been rewatching Portlandia.
Oh, I made a thing because I noticed that our net, like on Darkgrass on my Netflix, there's like a little difference, and so I can tell when your daughter's been watching something, or whatever. I made an account if you want to like personalize it. It's called Someone, so you can use Someone. Not that it even bugs me because I search manually for everything.
I don't know whose profile to pick, so I just 2 years and then add random shit to it.
Yeah, but I made one. And it was like kind of looks like you, kind of like a badass.
Okay.
I think mine's the alien.
That's good to know.
I'm an alien avatar. You're more of a badass.
Mine's me.
Yeah.
With a fish. It's my Facebook profile pic.
Nice.
Everything's connected to Facebook. It's fucking weird.
Netflix, I don't know. I don't think I've linked those.
I have. I thought it would be cooler, like you'd be able to be like, hey, I'm watching this fucking thing, Mitch, check it out. But no. It's sharing is pretty fucking lame. It sends you like messages and shit. But fuck it. But fuck it.
That's pretty much it.
Right on.
I've been slacking with the medias.
Yeah. You have?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Well, I wanted to play a game if you guys are in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it.
I have a game that I want to play too, based
Pitch.
off of what I was watching.
Okay.
Because I'm rewatching Mad Men. Rewatching the first season. I never finished it, so I'm like 7 episodes deep, and it's a mini game. So maybe we should knock this one out real quick.
Cool. Sounds good.
It's Mad Men in today's times. If we were role playing the advertising dudes on how to approach marketing this big product. So if it was like makeup in today's time, Because they have that, like, I just watched the lipstick episode where they're like, mark your man, you know, put your mark on him. You're not one of 100 in a box or whatever. And it was totally, like, sexist driven and power and uber attention. But now that media is everywhere and it's PC and all that stuff.
Shit.
So let's say, what's a product that we could market? That would be...
For today's?
Yeah. Maybe like even the new iPhone.
Sure.
Okay, so it's the iPhone X9.
Okay, so we're coming up with marketing ideas.
How to pitch this.
So that's what Mad Men's about? They're marketing people?
Advertisers.
Okay.
On, is it Wall Street? I don't know. That big shot time.
Walmart?
Walmart.
Okay.
In the 60s. So it was like when it was rampant, they were making some serious fucking money. But they're all like skeevy men and... Yeah, 1%ers and just like terrible attitudes, stuff like that. So on the
because
obviously that would not work now. You couldn't just be
fucking way.
like make that man your property.
Yeah, yeah. You couldn't do things that seemed illogical in today's day and age.
Yeah,
you got to use words like they, them. iPhone today, which is a product used today. Is it a new shittier version? Like something like, is your iPhone working too well? Maybe you're interested.
And so now that they're so worried about everybody, like the phone getting too much information, now it's the secure iPhone.
Yeah, secure iPhone. Fuck, I have nothing for this.
I was leaning into you guys for that.
iPhones are hard.
Mostly it's the product. I think it'd be hard because they sell themselves.
It doesn't
what if it's
shatter
like
as fast?
It doesn't shatter as fast.
What if to avoid a gender identity like allocation with the phone, like this phone's for guys or girls, they just went for kind of blank everything, so the screen is now gray because we don't want to use too many hues of the wrong saturation to throw off your
or even better, since we don't like try to gender identify with the Siri, because that naturally to me that sounds like a female's name.
Right, now
maybe you call it syrup, and so it's inanimate, and there shouldn't be a gender associated with syrup.
They might think that because it's a phone and they hold it all day, though, that their fingers would just like feel sticky. Just
even though it's not?
Yeah, just kind of like syrup, and then their mind's like, is it sticky? And you check.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, they would just drool on the screen, just fucking syrup running down when it's raining outside.
What if we call it hi?
Hi?
Yeah, hi, check this for me.
How are you? You could say you. Okay.
Yeah, say you.
How are you? That's what syrup would say.
What are good features that would match like the modern living style too that doesn't already do it? Because you can ask it a question, but who needs that now? What do they need now?
With Alexa, right? Isn't that thing? Is you can say like, start my day, and then I'll tell you the fucking news and shit. On the new iPhone, you say, hi, how are you? Hi. What's going on today? And then it would list off your top favorite things that offend you that you can bitch about on social media.
Yeah, just put in a filter.
It could be like, oh, fucking perfect. I'm
a little groggy today. Can you give me my list? And it's like, you hate this conversation.
Yeah.
And then gets you...
It's like, can you auto-troll that fucking... Yeah, it'll have an auto-troll feature for fucking Facebook.
Right.
So that's one idea.
How do we get pets to use the phone, though? Because, I mean, pets are accessorized to the point where it doesn't seem that ridiculous. Maybe we come up with a smart band for the pet.
Yeah, but they need to be able to interact with. So it's not something that is owning our pet. It's not something to just, like, make them more submissive, because they're part of our family now.
Yes.
We
want them to feel just as equal, so maybe rather than a fingerprint scanner, we can do a wet nose indicator.
There you go.
To unlock the device.
Yeah. Or their shit breath detector.
Shit breath would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the phone would pick up on their crotch smelling breath, and they would be able to...
See, my cats just got their teeth whitened though, so I don't know if that would work.
You got your cat's teeth whitened?
Well, sure. They knew they were going to get this new watch for the phone to interact with their family.
What would you call
their human, their
what
family.
Would you call selfies that pets take?
pictures.
Pochers?
Because if we say pochers, because if we say self, that's very inclusive to one. Maybe we could open it to the room.
That's true. Yeah. How many selfies have you taken with other people?
Yeah.
Several. They should be called something else.
So even if Corey's in the foreground, I'm looking for me behind his left shoulder.
And when you take pictures of another group of people, it's a themsy.
Themsy. Yeah.
Okay.
Clearly, this show wouldn't be as interesting in 2018 as the 1960s. So I think that they made a good choice.
Yeah,
in isolating that time frame.
Going back. Okay, my idea for the game that I'm just gonna pull out of the air and call pitch.
Okay.
Is either
Is it a baseball game?
Fuck no. Either I can come up with a topic, or one of you can come up with a topic, and then we pitch on it. That's it. But it's all some shit we've never done before. It's all, what is that called? Impromptu? Improvised?
Okay.
Are you interested in playing this game?
Okay, so you're going down the street, downtown Salt Lake City. Okay. There's a food cart. You're not sure if it's good or not because, this particular area didn't normally have any food trucks to go and check out. So you go up to the guy. You're not sure what race they are. And you order the food, but it smells like a fart. Like you smell it, and it smells like shit. Okay. How do you handle that situation?
First of all, the way I would handle that situation is cutting off everything before you said you just ordered food that smells like a fart.
I thought that you needed
No, it's like a sentence.
Some context.
So
you order food that smells like a fart.
How do you respond? Okay. Well, I don't eat it, obviously. Maybe I fart on it, try to see if it improves it in any way. You got anything?
I know this from Mitch. There was a cheese stick that I ate, and it smelled like shit. And so he grabbed one.
I still ate it.
And smelled it, and it smelled like shit.
You're right, that smells like shit. And then you chowed it down?
You said, I'm not not eat it.
Well, I don't know why you would.
I mean, waste it.
You're going to turn it into shit anyway.
Right?
Huh?
Yeah?
How about you come up with a topic?
Yeah. Okay.
Farts.
Farts. Something about farts. No, I think
my fart did wake me up a few nights ago.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That was good. Like 3 a.m. Whoa.
What do you think about the most when you're supposed what do you think about that you're not supposed to while at a funeral? I wonder if anybody knows I killed him.
Still owes me money.
Still owes me money. That's a good one. Think his wife will fuck me?
So she's single.
She's single, huh?
So is this the wrong time to ask if we're serving food at this event?
Yeah. Where's the fucking food? That's fucking funny. Okay, I'll do it. Everybody do one more.
I wonder what my hair will be like at that age.
Who's winning the match?
Yeah, like football.
Yeah.
Who's winning?
I wonder who's winning the game.
Am I going to the next funeral?
She's definitely next.
She's definitely next. Only 2 more funerals and I filled out my frequent funeral punch card. Okay, that's good. That was fun. Frequent funeral punch card. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Now we're back!
And now, at the top of the hour, we are going to...
Yeah. So you had a good idea of something to talk about while we were outside LARPing.
Yeah, which, great costume, by the way. That was how long did that take?
Well, my
I'm
wife's
a level 3 Palestinian.
Palestine.
Level 3 Palestinian.
I'm a level
Paladin.
I don't know, level 5 Pallet Jack.
Palestine. Oh my god.
That's funny. So, but you were what was your idea?
Yeah, so since I've been thinking about the future that we're living in right now, I like to think about the past and how as I've gotten older, there's a lot of things that I used to think was like hypercritical important, and then now letting go of those things is very easy, super easy to ignore. So like the shit you don't care about anymore. So example, zits. If I get a zit on my face, I don't think it really registers anything now. It's just a zit on my face.
I wish that was me. That still bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah?
I'm like, oh, no. And like, I mess with my face even when they're not zits. Like a crackhead.
My new problem is a random zitty showing up on my ass cheek.
Yeah, that's not cool.
That's just painful.
What's that shit about?
I didn't have that as a kid.
Hair?
Yeah, right?
What do you not? What's something you don't care about anymore that you used to care about a lot?
Like shaving, for example.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know shit about shaving, that's for sure.
I haven't seen my chin in like 10 years. Yeah.
Wonder what it's
that's
up
a
to.
I think the most interesting thing's social. Like socially, what is just doesn't even faze you now.
That in a nutshell. I used to be a social butterfly. I do not give a shit about being
I can
social.
see him just like being hyper pleasant in the hallways.
Oh no!
How are you today?
No. I was always an asshole, but I did want friends, and that was like a thing I used to kind of overcompensate by trying to be super funny and be a smart ass and shit like that.
Yeah.
And now that's just kind of developed into my personality. I'm just a hilarious person.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't care if people like me. I don't care if they want to be around me because I don't want to be around anyone.
So you
ever.
did care though, and then now you.
Yeah, now I don't. I think really getting married up to a woman that is my best friend is something that cured me completely of that.
Yeah,
it's just like I don't care. I always have, my family unit to go back to, but yeah, social shit is more than anything. Like I remember I would like get anxiety sometimes if I thought like I wouldn't be able to go to a party that you ever felt that?
Yeah.
Like fuck, I should go there. Something's gonna happen. Something cool,
That's
even leaving a party. Like I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
You know, and that now it's like I don't want to do shit. I don't want to do anything unless
so
it's
funny
like going to like a comedy show. Like I just went to go see Christina P, and that was fantastic. But I don't do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I don't go to concerts. I don't do that kind of shit anymore. I go to the movies, and preferably by myself, because that's the way I like.
And some stand up.
Yeah.
Just if the timing's right, if the lighting's right. That's funny that you said like leaving a party or entering a party, because if there's like a room full of people, you're with them every other day anyways in the hallways. It's like you're just at a different place, and then you walk in, you're just like, God, am I dressed?
Right? No shit.
Like the one that I don't remember where I picked it up, but they mentioned shoes, and I was just like, I used to seriously care about my shoes, and I would go to the fair. I'd get a couple pairs per year in summertime, right, like pre-school year, and then we'd have the fair. Well, no, the fair was just right before the school year started.
Okay.
So I'd go there with all my new digs. It's a dirty fucking fairground. It's like kicking up dirt and whatever. But I would go in like my new shoes because it was such a status point that I could have some shoes to me. I was like,
they lit up.
Yeah, I was like, check out these Kenny Andersons, the audios and stuff. But now, I'm putting off buying shoes for as long as possible because I'm like, it's like $20.
Yeah,
I could really go to something else.
I'm kind of weird though, because there's a lot of stuff that other people care about a lot, and they always have, and there's a lot of shit that I have never cared about.
Yeah,
yeah, that's just a weird vehicles. I like having one. Like mine's in the shop again right now. And I got it back for 4 fucking days, and that bugs me. So it's its last time to the shop as its owner. I'm going to get a new car this week, but I've never cared about vehicles. As far as I don't care what I drive. As long as I can get to point A to point B. I
just don't want to be cold or hot.
Yeah, everything's got to work. Like that kind of shit. But for the only other vehicle I've ever owned in Utah was a van. Was a fucking
Windowless
windowless cargo van. Like no,
there
was only two seats.
Professions.
There was only 2 seats in the thing. It was used for deliveries and shit, and I was able to buy it for next to nothing, and it ran like a top.
I never got it right in it.
You didn't?
I never got it right in it. Yeah.
No, I went fishing in that fucker. I went hunting. I put a couple deer up in that thing.
Yeah.
You know, that was the main thing, is I had to get a 4-wheel drive vehicle. So my brain naturally went to pickup, but I think I'm going with an SUV now.
I grabbed the first car I basically saw on a lot and paid too much money for it. Now
That's
I'm paying it off
classic
again.
me.
Yeah, and so I'm with you, because I just got stuck with however many decisions to where I'm like I can't care if I had like play money. Sure, I'd pick a car.
Yeah,
But it's like right now. I think my biggest thing was like just clothes, and like on the shoe thing, just clothes in general now. I can just throw on an outfit and know that I'm presenting myself to the world as me, like regardless. You know, it's like talk to me for 5 seconds and you'll know me better than just looking at me and checking out my pants, you know. Yeah. And the other day I was like self-conscious about pants for a second because they were kind of bigger than I was used to.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden everybody that I asked, they were like, it doesn't matter on the pants. Took me a day. I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Where before, I just wouldn't have wore them.
I
would have put them aside.
Either.
Well, I just barely got these new pants and no one said anything.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
So
you always look so fresh and so clean. It's hard to know.
Thanks.
When I just figure that's an always thing.
Yeah, I've always been weird about clothing. Unless it's something that, like I'm going to an event. Like if I'm going.
What about making out? You guys still into making out?
Sometimes, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not a 16-year-old girl, so I mean I don't want to do it often. But
before you could just make out all night, right? Like that was like
my head was
kissing
always
and touching, and
I was always going somewhere else in my mind. I was taking it to the next step, but as that was the gateway to the other gateway.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean that's. I don't know. I've been I've been married 10 years.
What about arguments? Since I said that I had an argument, I remember. I think it was maybe on comedians in cars with coffee driving.
In a weird way, arguments for me have become more important than ever.
Really?
Not winning one.
Yeah.
But how I respond.
Okay.
Because I think I've told this to you before. I can't remember where I heard it. But it's especially when you give a shit about somebody. It's far more important when you care, like if you're having an argument with someone, it's far more important to care about peace than justice.
Yeah.
Is being right, whether you are or not, doesn't mean shit. And I have to get better, and I have gotten better, but I sometimes will argue about stuff that I do not fucking care about. That I truly don't.
Seriously.
That I think I do in the moment, but I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? Like, what's
Don't
that?
you hate that? Like mid heat wave when your brain just ticks off and you're like, I don't care about this.
Because that happens
then you're like,
to me
then you're like,
the
what,
time.
What am I going to do now?
And I do that. I've been in arguments about something and just stopped in the middle and go, dude, what are we doing?
Why?
I am so sorry. And I'll apologize for the rest of the day. I'm like, I mean, whatever. I'm sorry. That was me, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, it's like, I don't care.
Sucks to be you guys.
Well, you get in arguments, don't you?
No.
No? You and your cat? Well, lucky you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other past stuff, I think sticking to social, I think about groups. I've tried to set up group places a lot. I've set up different chats, tried to organize different games with my friends so that we could all unite and play and do all these different things. And over the course of maybe 7 years of actively trying to organize just spaces of play, nothing has stuck. And so I'm pretty independent on gameplay now. I like playing solo. For Overwatch, I'd like to get a team.
Yeah.
And I would like to, but it's such a perfect ideal that I hate it, right? I don't believe that I could now have the friends that I have all unite on a thing that's just what I like anymore, because I realize how selfish and crazy that is to be everybody should like this thing that I'm into so that everybody can enjoy it as much as me at the same time as me with me. And that never fucking happened, so I was I let go of that.
Yeah.
I just, pretty chill about like gameplay and stuff like that. I think it's just like this solitary
Yeah.
lifestyle just over time. Like you just learn to like not care as much about stuff.
Yeah.
And I would imagine like having a daughter, you'd probably have the same thing to where she comes in and makes you forget about like 95% of the world around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's another good point too, is that having a kid will help you not care about shit. Is not just that they take your attention away so that you're talking about them, but as Ashton grew up, is all the little things that he used to do that would drive me insane. I've made me become a better person at accepting the fact that people are different. He's got his own weird quirks. I do too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just accepting that within him. I'm not saying that I'm that way with everybody else, because you can all else go fuck yourselves.
Oh, if you're
You're
speakerphoning at Walmart, you can still...
No, yeah, you should get fucking struck down by fucking Zeus, because that shit's bullshit. Get off your fucking speakerphone anywhere.
Whoever took Blade
In
Runner
public.
before I got to it in the red box at Walmart can also be struck down by Zeus, because I looked at it on my way in, didn't grab it, and chanced it, and came back on my way out, and it was fucking gone. Still haven't seen that show.
No, me either. I keep fucking forgetting. But, yeah. Well, what are some things that you guys wish that you cared about more?
Oh, probably family,
Yeah.
to be honest.
No, I'm
Like, to be very
I'm with you.
completely honest, because the odds are they won't listen to this podcast. My
Yeah.
family stopped giving a fuck about each other in my teenage years, and it just became very easy to not, like, because I was talking, I talk with my wife about a lot of things all the time, so I don't know if I need to preface it with that, but I was talking about how, my little future talk, I was like, we have, this, like, just this cell phone. I can have voice chat, video chat. I can look in someone's face and talk to them at the same time as they're talking to me in real time.
Yeah.
And there's also, like I said, text rooms and texting. And there's every avenue is open, and yet I never hear from anyone.
Yeah. But
And-
that's a two-way street.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I used to, sporadically bounce out, like, every few days. I would acknowledge that, and it'd be like, I'm going to text 10 people that, I'd want to make sure that they know I'm thinking about them or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what you should do is group text. Everybody
loves group
Yeah,
texts.
I do not silence those notifications ever. But, dude, it's just like it took me a minute after my dad died to not be like, oh, it's my job to fill this void of this disconnection between us. And it's like, that's how it's been since I was a fucking kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we just didn't talk that much to each other because we have different interests and different little social groups and habits. And
That's one
just
thing.
not one of them.
For me, that used to bug me when I was in my mid-20s. It used to bug me is because I moved to Utah, and not that we were blowing up each other's phones all the time.
Yeah.
But like none of my family talks to me.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom will call me occasionally. My dad will call me occasionally, and it's one of those things that it took me time to realize that just because I'm gone, their lives didn't stop.
No.
They're still doing shit. They're working. They're doing whatever they do. And now that I'm gone, I'm less present. They are not thinking of me as often, and that's not anything to say that there's anything wrong with that, because there's nothing wrong with that. That is just, you know what I mean? It'd be weird if people were pining over their, I wonder what Corey's doing
It
today.
took me about a year to get to that.
The first thing I think of when I wake up. I hope he's doing okay.
Hope he's doing all right.
I wonder if he's doing the PB&J thing in the window again.
I've gotten better. At closing the blinds anyway. But
Dude, that took me probably a year after he died to get to the point of like just remembering that I don't need. There's not like a pressure, like it's normal. It's not like it's a vacancy. It's normal because that was probably the first time in my life that I ever looked at my mom as like just another person like me. That's like, shit, you had me.
It's hard to do.
Right around this age, like with how old I am right now. I think she had me when she was 28, and so our age group. This is when she had a baby.
Right.
And so I'm now in my mom's, like, you know what I mean? How you do this weird catch up to where you're like, fuck, it's just like, why am I expecting this miracle structure of upbringing as a kid, and then when you grow up, you're just like, shit, it's just like, where's the time? Just spend time on yourself. You're trying to figure your own shit out.
Well, that's what's hard to realize after time. I mean, at first, it's hard to realize it at first when you're growing up, is that your parents aren't just your parents. They have lives of their own. Yeah. They have their own depressions. They have their own shit that they're working through, and that's what we think about 90% of the fucking time. So that's what they're thinking about. They're worrying about bills and their shit. You know what I mean? And it's a miracle that any of us are fucking standing here today. Mm-hmm. Like, that's my big thing, is that is my parents, just like everybody's parents, have their own flaws. Yep. You know what I mean? But I was raised relatively well, I think, and
you made it.
I made it, and I don't hate them. You know what I mean? And there are things that I wish I could change, but who the fuck couldn't say the same thing about any upbringing or Star Wars movie?
Yeah.
You know, but that's,
Hell yeah, man. Just sitting back and being complacent right now, and it's comfortable, and like I said, enjoying the home and stuff. I've been evaluating what I would like my goals to be. Like, do I want to think about seriously devoting my spare time to developing like a more serious career path that I could devote serious time to.
Yeah.
And another one is, with the social things that I do think and feel all the time, what do I want to do? Do I want to, because the analogy that came up is me and her were talking about just the family gap was because she learned that her sister potentially is not moving back, and that was a heartbreaking blow for her and made her very emotional. And so I was like, well, think about like grandma's cards, and because we were talking about all of her family. She's got 10 siblings. There's so many people to keep up with, and they all grew up just like we just talked about our parents doing. Your siblings do it with you too, and they branch off into their own little lives and stuff. And so I was like, think about grandma and how grandma sends $5 in the mail and a card, but it means like that much.
Yeah.
If it's important, become, like that grandma mentality to where it's like, get a stack of 20 cards and mail them out to the people just so they get something in the mail that says that you're thinking about them. And then that's what, an hour of a Sunday? And that could become a thing. So I'm like thinking, what are my little things that I want to do actually? And I'm still thinking about it and just like, being comfortable day by day. But it's like, what are my goals? Because there's social, financial, I would say physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever, those categories. What are the goals that I want for myself? And I don't have many. Yeah. Because it's like I felt like I just got through. I don't know what it is about this age in particular. Late 20s is just like so much different than early 20s. Like I just feel like I have fucking time to think right now.
You're starting to grow up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. What it was for me.
Less obligations once you figure out routines and some plans, and you made it. Once you make it to the I can just live and pay my bills thing without stressing out about that.
That was the biggest leap for me as in my mid-20s, when I finally became okay with the fact that I was going to have to work every day for the rest of my life just to get by.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? And it's not like I wouldn't change that if I couldn't. I would. But it's not bad. You know what I mean? My life isn't bad because of it. And, one thing I wish I cared about more, I'm with you about the family thing.
Yeah.
For sure. But what's funny is, because I just went off about how much I don't care, is social. I wish I cared more about being social. I wish that most of the time when I went hunting or fishing, like I've been trying hard with Mitch, and I don't know if you know this, but I like fishing by myself.
Yeah.
And I think most people do.
Mm-hmm.
It's very peaceful and shit like that. But I want to have more interaction and stuff, Yeah. And I don't want to party, I don't drink.
I'm over it.
But I wish that I wanted to go bowling or something. I don't know. That sounds horrible. Even as I'm saying it, that sounds fucking
I'm getting
horrible.
Super basic with that type of stuff too, because I had to talk with one friend and say I don't want to really go out and spend money almost ever.
Yeah.
Like if you want me to go somewhere, it better be the meal that I was like really craving, or there's just fuck else to do.
Birthday party.
Or Mitch's birthday party, where he wanted me to gamble my money that I don't have away. No, it's... But, like, what can we do just like this podcast where it's literally just being together and talking? Like,
Exactly.
just getting on with each other. And so me and Carissa have goals to, just go on simple nature walks. I told you about that. And I'm just going to keep it to roots like that because it's like in the lowest form, I'm totally happy texting.
Yeah.
If somebody gets a good little back and forth with me for 5 minutes, that's fun.
Well, see,
but most people don't even do what's available, So it's like,
Right.
what do I want to care about?
One thing that just show you a little bit about the way my brain works is you mentioned that hiking thing to me, and do you remember what the first thing I said was?
Fucking in the woods. Yeah.
No, that's not what I said. I said I have a metal detector.
Yeah.
If you wanted to use it, and do you know why I think that way?
Huh.
Because when I think about walking in the woods, I'm by myself, and I have to have
So
something
you were
to
thinking
do.
of an activity.
I have to do something. I have to either hunt or whatever. Because if you're walking around in the woods, it's fucking boring.
Well, so I know some parts of the story will be a little different, but I remember riding a pedal bike next to another kid on a pedal bike.
Yeah.
Or a four-wheeler next to a four-wheeler. For you, that would be a cow or a hog. You guys had,
Raping.
Yeah, you guys were doing that at the same time. But
they don't have bikes.
but I was thinking, like, really early, man. I was, like, skateboarding and biking and whatever, and there was so much empty time in between destinations and energy spurts because you can't do it all day and stuff that you just sat down and were bored with people. And it's one of the most nostalgic things to think of is just when you didn't have something to do and you were just in a room, in a bedroom with, a friend, and you're just like, what do I do? And you start dicking with whatever's around. Maybe you'll throw a pen up in the air, but you pull your wieners out and see just where it goes. But it's...
Well, I totally agree with you. Like, I have lots of fond memories of like me and my buddy.
People hate
Ty
that
or
shit
Tell.
now. They hate being bored in a room with somebody. They're like,
Right.
I don't know what the fuck to do with myself.
But how many times have me and my buddy Ty and Tell, their brothers, we'd watch the same fucking movie, over and over again.
Yeah.
Just because we had nothing to do. We're like maybe we were 14 or something and we didn't have cars yet or whatever, and like those were great times.
Seriously.
Yeah. We'd stay up fucking forever just watching stupid shit on Cinemax or HBO or something, and half of them were just god awful movies.
Yeah.
But
Or like how little kids get addicted to cards, like Pokemon cards and things like that. All you did was look at pictures with
like Jake,
like me, if I had money for Pokemon cards. No, there's a reason why I'm a digital fiend. That's because there's access to it. But no, you just looked at pictures next to your friend and compared and discussed what was the coolest thing. And I like this one because it has ice, and I like this one because it's fire.
Yeah,
it's so primitive,
like
but it's
Pogs.
Oh my god, cool looking slammers.
That's funny.
It's great though. I'm thinking a lot about that stuff right now because we're coming up on spring. It's just going to be an easygoing time for the most part.
Fucking A. Well, it's kind of nice to try to think back to because even everybody with their worst childhood, even people that had horrible childhoods, they have to be able to look back and there was times that they loved.
There's moments.
You know what I mean? There's moments, and it's good to try to recreate those moments when you can.
Like Harry Potter at bedtime.
Yeah.
He's like, finally.
Fucking finally. That fat shit's leaving me alone. Barking orders. I'm under these stairs.
Dude, the beginning of that movie when he stomps on the stairs and then you see all the dust flutter down, I'm like, oh my god.
Gross.
Miserable.
Yeah. Well, cool. I think that's the end of our episode today.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else to add? Mitch? You were really talkative in this one.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Oh yeah, just real quick, I know I already said it, but Christina P. was fucking badass. And, Mitch, will you do me a favor?
What's that, Corey?
Will you grab something out of Corey's random box of shit to give away this week?
In celebration of this episode being the first one released onto the iTunes. And anywhere podcasts are found.
Dirty March, our local podcast provider. Is this going to be another mystery one, or should we tell them what
I think
it
they
is?
should all be mysteries, yeah.
Okay.
It's a mystery box.
mystery
Of
box.
course.
We now have the mystery theme.
I will run a contest on Facebook again.
Do we want to do? Well, we can discuss that when we're not recording.
Sure.
Cool. So we'll
Just look for the Facebook.
yeah,
post.
check on all of our social media. We'll try to do it cross media, cross platform.
Yeah,
type
we'll
thing,
just do
where
like
you can
a-
enter on Twitter or Grammys.
Hey, I got a
or
great
Facebook.
idea for what we could do.
What? Let's hear it.
Come up with a pitch and put it on each
Oh
one.
shit, son.
We'll pick a doozy.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to pick another name than
That'd be
pitch.
a
I don't
fun
wanna get
idea.
yelled at or kicked off that
Snitch.
awesome app. Snitch.
But not to glance over it, we're now on iTunes.
Yeah.
So that's very convenient. No more SoundCloud and YouTube only.
So if you do listen to this podcast, please go onto iTunes and leave us a review, hopefully positive, and subscribe to our podcast. That helps us out a lot in being able to get more exposure and have more people.
Yeah. It's all word of mouth. So
All mouth words.
much love.
Much love. See you guys.
Bye.